The story begins in the freezing final months of World War II during the collapse of Nazi Germany in early 1945. American troops under General George Patton move through a destroyed German village near the Western Front after receiving disturbing reports from advancing soldiers. The war is almost over, but the violence has become even more brutal because desperate units on both sides are fighting without mercy. Burned tanks line the muddy roads, abandoned homes stand half-destroyed, and frightened civilians hide inside dark basements while artillery echoes in the distance. During a routine sweep of the area, American soldiers capture a lone German soldier hiding inside the ruins of an old medical station. At first, he appears ordinary, thin, exhausted, wounded, and emotionally broken like countless others at the end of the war. But everything changes the moment soldiers discover dozens of American dog tags hanging beneath his torn military coat. The tags belong to missing American soldiers from different divisions, different states, and different battlefields. Some are stained with mud, while others still carry dried blood. The shocking discovery spreads rapidly through the camp. Angry American soldiers immediately assume the worst. Many believe the German prisoner is responsible for killing American troops and collecting the tags as trophies. Some soldiers recognize names belonging to friends who disappeared weeks earlier during violent fighting. Rage begins spreading through the camp as whispers turn into accusations. Men who already lost brothers and friends during the war now believe they are standing face to face with a monster. The prisoner refuses to explain why he has the tags. He barely speaks, avoids eye contact, and looks emotionally crushed rather than defiant. His silence only increases suspicion. Several soldiers demand immediate execution, believing no explanation could justify what he carries. Officers struggle to maintain order while Patton's forces prepare for interrogation. As the outline develops, General Patton arrives to personally oversee the situation after hearing about the unusual prisoner. Patton, known for his fierce personality and hatred of weakness, initially believes the soldier may be hiding information about war crimes or missing American units. He orders a detailed questioning session while tensions inside the camp continue rising. During the interrogation, the German soldier finally begins speaking after one American medic notices something unusual. The prisoner carefully cleaned and preserved every dog tag instead of damaging them. He also organized them by date and battlefield location. This small detail creates the first crack in the horrifying assumptions surrounding him. The German soldier then reveals the shocking truth. He explains that he was originally assigned as a combat medic attached to a German infantry unit during some of the deadliest fighting on the Western Front. As the war collapsed around him, he repeatedly encountered wounded American soldiers abandoned during chaotic retreats, bombings, and surprise attacks. Many were severely injured and left behind between enemy lines where neither side could safely reach them. According to his story, he secretly treated wounded Americans alongside German soldiers inside ruined barns, underground shelters, and destroyed churches. He admits that helping enemy troops was considered betrayal by many Nazi officers during the final stages of the war. Several times he was threatened with execution after refusing orders to abandon dying prisoners. The outline then explores how the soldier became trapped between duty and humanity. He describes nights filled with screams from wounded teenagers barely old enough to shave, terrified soldiers crying for their mothers, and medics running out of bandages, medicine, and food. The war had stopped feeling heroic long ago. To him, everyone bleeding in front of him looked the same regardless of uniform. One by one, the dog tags begin carrying emotional meaning instead of horror. The German explains that many wounded Americans died while under his care because supplies had completely collapsed near the end of the war. Before they died, some begged him to make sure their names would not disappear in the chaos. Others asked him to tell their families they were not alone when they died. Unable to properly bury many of the dead because of constant artillery fire and forced retreats, the medic kept their dog tags hidden beneath his coat. He planned to surrender to American forces and return every identification tag personally so families could finally receive answers about missing sons, brothers, and husbands. As the interrogation continues, American soldiers slowly realize the names and battlefield details he remembers are accurate. He recalls personal details about dying soldiers no enemy would likely invent, small stories, final messages, photographs carried inside pockets, and unfinished letters never mailed home. The emotional center of the outline focuses on the conflict inside the American camp. Some soldiers still cannot forgive him simply because he wore a German uniform. Others begin questioning how a man surrounded by hatred and destruction still chose compassion while millions were losing their humanity. Patton himself becomes unusually silent after hearing the full story. The outline emphasizes the emotional weight of a hardened general witnessing evidence that mercy could still exist inside one of history's darkest wars. Instead of the monster everyone expected, the prisoner becomes a tragic symbol of human conscience trapped inside unimaginable violence. Near the conclusion, the American military confirms parts of the soldier's testimony by matching several dog tags to officially missing soldiers. Medics and officers slowly begin treating the prisoner differently. Some men who originally wanted revenge now struggle with guilt for judging him too quickly. The final section of the outline delivers the deepest emotional impact. Before being transferred away, the German soldier quietly hands over the remaining dog tags and asks only one thing: that the families be told their loved ones were not abandoned in their final moments. He explains that war already took enough humanity from the world, and he did not want it to take the names of the dead too.